Hey everybody, what's up? I figured since I got kind of hosed when I did my Nox playthrough um, by not being able to get into the armory, I'd come back later and do it. So I filmed this quick little run through the armory just so I had something to talk over, I guess. Basically, what the point of this video is mainly is to talk about future Borderlands content that I'll be doing or not doing. Um, I started playing the Claptrap DLC, and honestly, it's fun to play, but the areas are kind of big and like laid out kind of stupid. So it's easy to get lost when you haven't played it in a while, and it's boring as fuck to watch, I would imagine. So I'm probably not going to do the Claptrap DLC now. That being said, I'm still going to do some like miscellaneous videos here and there. I'll probably still do some Borderlands 2 videos here and there, and obviously I'll do the Son of Cromer DLC when it comes out. But for the time being, probably mostly going to be Torchlight 2 and maybe Mass Effect. Plus, I'm starting to kind of feel creative again, so I'm starting to work on more music. So I'll be uploading some of that, or more of that. And that's generally it. Maybe some Castlevania stuff. But, I mean, let's be honest, Borderlands is kind of winding down. And while I do still have fun with it, I've been playing it for a long time. So those videos will probably come to a bit of a crawl. And then, I don't know what else I'll do. But on the Borderlands front, like I said, if anybody has any like questions or requests, excuse me, or suggestions, I'd be willing to try them. Oh, sorry, I had to pause for a second there. I got the hiccups out of like nowhere. Anyways, as I was saying, if anybody has any requests or suggestions or anything they'd like to see me try or do or whatever, leave a comment. Done it before for Mr. Connolly there. Wanted that Chimera video, so I did that. And if it's fun, I'll do it. If it's tedious, maybe not so much so, but I'm not going to do anything like Melee, Terramorphous with no gear or anything like that. Or, do anything that's going to take like 6 hours because I just don't have time for that. But stuff that looks cool and interesting and fun, I'll try. Or if someone's like, hey, run through here using only doll gear or Maliwan gear or whatever, I'll try that stuff for things like that. But, whatever. Also, any game suggestions I'm open to. Also, I'm always looking for new shit to play and generally enjoy any variety of things. Really seriously considering getting Outlast. So I might dump some money on that and get it, but I got quite the backlog now, so I should probably finish what I have first before I start thinking about buying other games. But that's basically it, I think. I had a pretty good run through here. You know, the conversation on the drop rates in this game versus the second game has been done to death. But I think what a lot of people fail to realize is even though legendaries are more prominent in this game, a lot of them you can find a use for just about every gun in this game. but you can get some real shit legendaries. You know, with the different barrel combinations. And I actually had said something. I had live commentary for this, and I forgot to. I was recording music earlier in the day, and I forgot to switch stuff over. So I actually talked over the whole thing, and there was a specific reason I looked at that barrel, and I can't remember why I looked at the barrel now. But imagine my anger when I went to review the video and there was no commentary when I had some pretty good discussion going, but whatever. Anyways, I think actually I was talking right here. I mentioned that supposedly, and I've never seen them. There's legendary Iridian weapons in the game, and I've never found one. Might be, at least for in my experience, rarer than the pearlescent guns. But anyways, as I was saying, the legendary drops are higher in this game, but you can get some shitty ass legendaries. Like, you know, you got different barrels and magazines and bodies and stuff to just add up to different. See, like, that's a good example of a shit legendary. But you know, you can also come across some really good legendaries. Like, playing this again really makes me wish that they had kept the revolvers sort of the same in Borderlands 2, like, because the revolvers in this game feel awesome. And outside of a couple of Jacobs revolvers, and that's about it. I don't really use Maliwan revolvers because they just don't seem to pack much of a punch. You know, the infection is no defiler, that's for sure. But actually, overall, I think the pistols are fairly underwhelming in Borderlands 2. They just don't. I mean, you got the Deepa and stuff like that, but for the most part, they just don't pack that weight. Excuse me. They don't pack the weight and punch that the pistols in this game feel like they do. Of course, that could be a scaling issue too. I don't know, but you know, it is what it is. And I wish the ARs were more effective. You know, because in this one you got the Ogre, you got the Draco, if you know what you're looking for. The Serpens was an awesome assault rifle. What else do you got? Really, those were my staples: the Ogre, the Draco, the Serpens. You had the Ajax Spear, Ajax Ogre. You know, even if you were using non-elemental machine guns, the Massacres were pretty good. But you just didn't have that in Borderlands 2. They just kind of fucked up the ARs in that game. And like I said, hopefully this extra dev time, or this extra long time in between 2 and 3, as opposed to, I'd imagine they probably started developing 2 immediately after 1 became a sales success. You know, they sit down, take stock, and think about why people love Borderlands and what makes it popular, and don't make the same mistakes with the third one that they did with the second one. Also, I see they're releasing more, trickling out a little bit of more information about Tales from the Borderlands. That looks interesting. Like I said, I don't have a whole lot of experience with Telltale games. I do like, there's a kind of a shit legendary. It's a good gun, but it's a shit version of the gun. Anyways, it looks interesting. They said there's going to be some gunplay, so that'll be kind of kind of curious to see how that works out because, you know, Telltale Games have famously been like point and click and move your mouse around and or your joysticks or whatever and keep the icon in the circle or press this button at the right time. You know, it's we'll see how they implement the, you can't see my hands, but quote unquote gunplay. But the story's what I'm interested in. See where they're going with this whole takes place after the second game. There's something that happens, and I guess you get different versions of each person's story, and you gotta tell who's lying or something like that. Well, it's just to piss people off. It's probably gonna blow up the moon base or something. That would piss me off. I'd probably quit playing Borderlands if that's the case. Just to rub salt in everybody's wounds. They're like, yeah, we blew up the moon base in a side game that was made by somebody else. There'd be a lot of angry people over that, actually. I don't know. I keep hoping for a moon base like expansion, like not necessarily a DLC, but if they figure out some way to import your save from Borderlands 2 and make it work with an expansion pack, that'd be cool. I'd pay $30 for like a 6-hour moon base DLC. Especially if I could bring my character over into it, you know, with all my guns and shields and shit. And
let's see what we've got.
we have some chestception right here. I want to get it open because I was afraid that if I didn't, that'd be where like a pearlescent would be or something. Shouldn't even have worried about it. You know, if actually for Borderlands 3, if they could take what worked in the first game and take what worked in the second game and combine those elements, you'd have a fucking awesome game. And I'm really curious. I mean, I don't know if they are, but if they're smart, they're probably waiting to see what Bungie does with Destiny and how people react to that, because it kind of sounds like Destiny is going to be the next shoot and loot game. So obviously that's, I mean, really what other shoot and loot games has there been since Borderlands? Nothing really, you know. So this is kind of, you know, Bungie's going to be their, basically their direct competition, or Destiny will be their direct competition in that genre. So maybe they are waiting to see what that, or what Bungie's going to do with that game. I don't know. I could be wrong. This is just opinions and thoughts that I'm kind of pulling out of my ass. But you know, we're going to wrap this up here. We've made it through the Armory. I think I got everything I wanted to say out about future content. Yeah. So, anyways, like I said, guys, if you have any questions or requests, feel free to leave them in the comments. And again, you know, as always, I want to thank everybody for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.